I thought that they will continue to support as long as the X1C until like two more years.
Yeah, and you just don't get free replacement parts or whatever, right? You're
Exactly,
just going to have to
exactly,
pay for the replacement parts, but at least they'll tell
exactly,
you what part you need to replace. That's the big thing.
exactly, exactly.
Welcome back to the stream, everybody. But yeah, I would call and do a ticket or whatever, just like Ed said, and have them give you a price on what it's going to cost to fix the thing.
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
Because you're still getting a ton of use out of it. If it's like less than $50 to fix it, then you'll make your money back in like 2 prints.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Sure.
Yeah, it just started popping up, and it's weird because both my X1Cs started having connection issues. I don't know if it's my router or what, but nothing's changed in like 4 years.
Mhm.
And now all of a sudden I have to flip them off and flip them back on in order to get them to connect to the internet. Like they'll lose connection. And so I've started doing that. And then, like I said, on the one that has like 10,500 hours on it, I started getting that error on that Z screw. And at first I thought, well, there's a piece of filament or something stuck, you know, in between the bed and the little deal. So I looked at all that. I pulled away what little I could find and ran the calibration. Calibration ran fine, was successful. And as soon as I tried to print, it would throw up that error. So I flipped it off, flipped it back on, tried to print again, and it printed. And then about 2 or 3 prints later, it'll give that same error. So something's kind of out of whack or something.
Sounds like it.
Let's see what they say. But I haven't had that error before. But I've had issues that I had to turn off the printer and turn it back on if I was having problems with, for example, seeing one of the AMS, for example. It happened to me in one of the X1C. But I turned it back.
Oh yeah, the AMSs do that stuff all the time where they'll like lose connectivity or whatever.
Exactly. But
yeah, I leave my printers on 24/7, 365. So
I do too. I mean, I have a one of those Bluetooth that I can turn them off with my phone, but for the most part, I just leave them on all the time. If I have to remotely
I have a
turn
battery
them off,
backup to ensure that they stay connected 24/7.
I don't have that.
I don't have that, but eventually I think I'm going to get a battery backup for my UV printers because those you do not want to lose power on at all.
Oh yeah.
What happens if you lose power?
It probably clog the whole system up or whatever.
Oh really?
Yeah.
If that resin or whatever is in there and it dries, you're up a creek without stuff.
Yeah, the print heads are like $500 a pop. So.
Hey, I saw the other day some reference to a new printer that's coming out that is combination of 3D printer and a UV printer. I think it's a G something. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, the G Max, I think is what it's called. I've looked at it. It's cool looking, but man, you're going to go through a lot of resin ink in order to print some of the stuff that they're doing with it.
Yeah.
I saw some like little Warhammer type figures that were full color and everything. And the way that it does it is it resin prints everything and then it encases it in something and you submerge it in water and the encasing kind of, falls off or fades away, kind of like support material.
I see.
And then you're left with the resin full color print. But those things take like 28 to 30 hours to print one of those things.
Oh, forget it. By the way, the other thing, I don't know if you guys saw that there's been some issues with the vortex, not the vortex, with the what's it called, the system that it being added to the Prusa printers to have multiple heads. Well, what is it called? The IDEX? That multi head add-on that Prusa is adding onto them. Have you seen that? The IDEX system?
I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, Prusa is now selling an add-on to their printer that you can have up to eight different heads or colors at the same time, right?
Yes, INDX.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it turns out that they were told that they were hardened.
Yeah, the hardened
steel.
nozzles, then
Yeah.
they were not, yeah.
Correct. So apparently it's a big uproar that they're selling it as they are and they're not. So anyway, that's out there. And everybody's all pissed off.
That company is gonna end up going bye-bye, I would say, in the next 4 or 5 years if they don't come up with something really, really awesome.
You mean Prusa?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be.
they're in their death throes and have been since Bamboo basically announced the H series. They were hanging on with the X and P series, but once the H series came out, I think Prusa was like, oh no, we're in deep trouble.
Yeah, the plus, they're, I guess the one that competes with the H series is like twice the price.
Yeah.
Creality and Snapmaker are really the only two companies even giving Bamboo a somewhat competitive market run.
I would agree.
Yeah, especially that poor head snap maker. What is it? What is it called? Snap maker.
U1, I think.
U1, yeah, U1, yeah. The price is relatively inexpensive in poor colors.
And I hate to say that because obviously competition drives the price down. And if Bamboo's the only big dog on the block, then they can pretty much charge whatever they want. We have to deal with it. But
Look what's happening with filament. Filament prices have gone down tremendously, half price to what they were, 2 years ago.
And I would say Bamboo's been fair on their prices. I will say that they've been fair. They have been fair.
Yeah.
And I have to say that, obviously Bamboo has come down on their prices quite a bit from what they used to be. And the filament game is completely different than the 3D printer game. Now, granted, they kind of go hand in hand, but there's a lot more filament companies out there now than there used to be. So I don't think that's going to change all that much. It's the actual printer cost that is in possible jeopardy if they don't get any more competition out there.
Yeah.
I was shocked at the or the X2D being like $900 with the A. I was like flabbergasted that it was sub $1,000. Mark got his H2D for sub $2,000, almost at the same price as the X1C. I mean, honestly, they charge more for the latest and greatest, but I mean, who wouldn't? But they come down in the price and they've been fair. And again, that X2D or whatever, sub $1,000, I thought was pretty fair. And then even their bed slingers are fair priced as well. You can get a multicolored bed slinger for under $500.
Yeah, and I think the H series this year at Black Friday is going to drop in the 1,200 to 1,500 range pretty easily, especially if they bring out any more new printers between now and then.
Yeah.
If the H2C is sub 2,000, that thing is a buy on a Black Friday. If it's $19.99 for H2C, I would jump on that with both feet if you're in the market. And I bet you that one gets down into that range, but I'm with you, Ed. Like, as soon as that new one is announced, there's going to be a H2D and a H2C for sale on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because I'll get whatever it is. I hope each side has access to the nozzles. That's my thing. Big size printer, same size, same footprint. but let the two heads grab like 8 nozzles or whatever and have access to them. So put it in the back and not on the side or whatever. Or make it a little bit wider, or make it I would even give up another 10-15 millimeters on the side for both nozzles to have access to all of the nozzles, or both sides to have access.
Actually, what I would do would be 4 nozzles for the left side and the 6 that we already have on
That
the
would
right
be a
side.
good. That would be another good. I would
That
be
way,
okay with
you
that
put a
too.
one AMS on the left side, and you can have 2 AMSs on the right
I
side.
would be a big fan of that. That would make a lot of sense too, because then you're really unlocking the door for these more than 8 color multi prints, right? Like we've been flirting with 3, 4, maybe sometimes 5 colors just because of how long it takes. And I think we've made this point several times that multi-nozzle tool changers or head changers or whatever speed all of that stuff up. But yeah, if you had 4 on one side and 6 on the other, then 10, 12 color prints become in under a day for a big 12 color print or something. And there's where some of that color mixing and all of that stuff might make sense as well, to speed it up. But yeah, something like that, or even 4 on each side, I think would be good, even if it was just 4 and 4.
If you're going to have
As
6 on
long
one
as they don't
side,
change the AMS, the moment that they change the AMS styling to where it's not backward compatible, we're all in trouble.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
screwed if
yeah.
that happens.
yeah. But I would say if you're going to have 6 on one side, I would have 6 on the other. Why limit yourself by 2? Just go ahead and add the 2 more. It's going to use the same, if you can, if there's no issue with the fan and stuff. So, oh, there we go. I can see with the first print there. Hey, getting back to the issue of both sides, isn't the switch supposed to do that for the, eventually going to do that for the H2D? The switch is going to be able to
Yeah,
allow you
it is
to
supposed
switch.
to allow you to do that. But the
Yeah.
point of why I was saying 4 on one side is because right now on my H2C, I have one AMS HT for the left nozzle, and I don't have anything else. But if I had multiple nozzles on that side, I would just put in one 4-slot AMS on that side, just to cover those.
Okay,
Then you put 2 AMSs on the other side.
okay. I got 2 AMS on the left side and 2 AMS on the right side on my H2D, and one HT on the right and one HT on the left. So, I mean, you could add to it if you wanted
And
to.
you can. I'm not saying you can't.
So why limit it to 4? If the space is
Well,
there, I would just have to 6 and 6.
Yeah, well, might as well just do 8 and 8.
Yeah, right now I only have a HT on the left side. I think you have the same thing, Gabe, and I'm like I'm like totally content with that. So like you talking about a whole AMS, I'm like, wow, that's like 4 times what I'm using right now. But I would say that's standard, not limiting, right? Like you could add more, but like the standard would be, even if you did 4 changers on each side and then 1 AMS to each side, and then you could expand from there, obviously, but that would make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. 4 and 6 would also make a lot of sense too, and have 10 color, because there's a lot of 7, 8, 9 color models that are coming out there now these days.
Yeah.
And we'll probably see a few of these models today. I know we'll see one from me as well. Is this the Desert Tan filament, Diego?
Yeah, exactly. That's Desert Tan, and the base is basic brown.
Nice.
And on the base, the white is bamboo white, and on the dinosaur itself is the bone white. I like the fact that he can stand up without any effort, just
Yep.
by the geometry.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. It's pretty good balance. It balances pretty well. This is similar to one that they had come out about a year and a half ago that I had purchased through Cult 3D, except didn't have the horns and the arms were a little longer. I forgot what the name of that one was, but it's a very similar model.
Probably a T-Rex, I guess.
Yeah, it was a T-Rex. That's what it's called. Yeah, the T-Rex. Actually, I printed that about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I didn't have the subscription to the Patreon, but I bought it through Cult 3D, I think it was. And it's still very similar.
Mhm.
They just
Yeah.
modified it slightly.
Well, so this one is the skeleton version of the one that I have printed in bright yellow a few weeks or months ago.
I see. Which has the short arms and
Yep.
and
Yeah,
the horn, I guess.
Carnotosaurus or something like that.
And I printed that on the E1. The base is printed in the H2D and the bones in the X1C. So I did everything at the same time. That's the advantage of having 3 printers.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps with time, but it looks amazing. It looks really good. I like the color.
I printed mine in the H2D, but the base I printed in the X1C. Yeah, I like these colors a lot.
This one is from Matt Meyer Makes. It's the leopard gecko. So it's a mandarin orange matte. Then the snap maker white and black.
The cool print.
Yeah, it's a really cool print.
And because of the distribution of the colors, it prints really fast.
Yeah, how long did it take to print?
I think in 4 hours, I printed 3 of them.
That's not bad at all.
It's about what, 2 inches long, 2.5 inches long?
You're killing me with the imperial system, but
So how many millimeters?
50 millimeters, 55
yeah, 15
millimeters.
millimeters. I would say 15 centimeters, so 150
millimeters. So that's 6
almost
inches.
6 inches. Yeah, almost 6 inches.
Yeah, 25.4
big.
millimeters is an inch.
Oh, that's big.
But
That's bigger than-
it's not very tall. It's like long, but very short.
Yeah. It's much bigger than I thought it was.
You don't want to add 3/8 and 3/16 and 3/4
No,
to design
thank you.
something, Diego? Are you sure? You don't want to
No.
just divide by
No.
10 and move the decimal? You don't want to do fractions?
When I started doing woodworking here, I learned in Imperial, and I was driving myself nuts. And at some point, I said, "No, I'm going back to metric." I tried; that's too complicated.
I only use that if I absolutely have to. Otherwise, I'm in metric. So much easier.
So here's the problem with the metric. So here's the issue with the metric and the imperial. So you have all the countries that use the metric. Then you have the country that uses the imperial and has been to the moon. So which one is better? The one that put people on the moon, or the ones using the metric?
They used the metric system to get to the
I
moon.
know.
Because nobody was
Yeah,
trying
that argument is very good.
to add 3/4, 3/8,
know.
and 3/16 on the way to the moon.
Yeah, I know. It's the same in everything in science, medicine. Everyone uses the metric. They don't really use the imperial.
And I
use
even
metric
heard a
for
story
everything.
about a calculation that was done in NASA, like before going to the moon, and the rocket exploded when they were doing testing because they did a measurement in imperial, and somebody screwed up, and they tried to apply that in metric, and that's why it blew up on the test.
And I think it's a true story. I think I heard about that someone miscalculated because one was using metric, the other one was using imperial. But it happens, and that's why NASA ended up standardizing on the metric.
At one point in time, we were going to convert, I think like 50 years ago when we were going to convert, and they started in the process and then they stopped. Am I remembering wrong? In the US, we're in the process of doing that?
Well, I'm 48 years old, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, sorry, guys.
I wasn't even a twinkle in somebody's eye at that point.
I remember I was living in Puerto Rico back then, and they even changed the gasoline. They changed it from gallons to liters.
Well,
And if you go to Puerto Rico now, they sell it the gasoline by liter, not by
yes,
gasoline by
but
gallon.
that's not the reason they did that.
Why do you say that?
So the true story behind that is that Puerto Rico, we used to sell it in gallons, right? When the fuel crisis happened and the prices went above $1 per gallon, the fuel pumps had to either be changed or we needed to convert to liters because the fuel pumps at the time couldn't go above $1 in pricing.
I never heard that one.
And that was the true. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that. I'll go back and check. I just remember that they changed it. I didn't remember the reason.
But that was the reason. It was going to be too costly to change the fuel pumps throughout the whole island, just so they could go over $1.
Okay.
But guys, honestly, I mean, it's called imperial, and in the United Kingdom already got rid of it. So I think it's time for you guys to change.
Do you really want to talk about the
countries.
United Kingdom? Do you really want to talk about the United Kingdoms because they use stones as measurement for people's weight?
Yeah, I know.
So how much do you weigh? Oh, 2.5 stones. What is that? Is that
Now,
12 stones or whatever?
I think we should go back to the old days of using cubits.
There you go. Now, where is it they still use miles instead of kilometers? Is it in the UK or is it in Canada? I don't remember anymore.
The UK uses miles.
Okay, uses a mile. Okay, I remember one of the two it was. I've driven in both, so.
Yeah, the UK.
But I don't understand that. Why everything is in metric and not they use
because
miles,
they never fully converted.
I see.
It's more of a cultural thing. In Canada also happens. Like, for example, the ovens are in Fahrenheit, but everything else is in Celsius. To measure someone's height, you still do it in inches, but everything else is in metric. It's the consequence of let's say, to migrate from one system to the other. That let's say the old people still use it for certain things, or they think it's more granular in imperial. For example, temperature is more granular in imperial, so that's why they like to use the ovens in Fahrenheit, things like that. At least that's what happens in Canada.
Interesting.
All right. Thank you for sending in those prints, Diego. Appreciate it. Let's jump over to Ed's prints, if it will let me here. Where did it hide his prints? There we are. What is this style called again?
I forgot.
Voronoi.
Voronoi or whatever.
Voronoi.
Yeah.
That's a really cool effect. The knitted effect and this effect are like my favorite effects to apply to prints that I think adds a really cool style to them.
Yeah, this is actually a good size, about maybe 7 inches, 8 inches long. I just printed one. It's in Maker's World, but it took a while because it takes a while to print that
Yeah,
pattern.
it extends the length of the walls when it has to go through all of that, right? Like the outer and inner wall take forever to get on there.
Yeah. But it printed well. I printed in the X1C. Yeah. But the color is actually, it looks too light there. It's a little darker, the actual color. Just that the light that I have on it. But it printed pretty well.
So any supports? I'm guessing
There's
probably a lot of support.
Yeah, it has support. It has support, and inside there's support too. So, but they're not that difficult to remove. They're easy to remove. This is a dragon. Originally I printed in black, and then I printed on, you'll see in a minute, in dark gray. And later on, my granddaughter who's here visiting from Louisiana, she wanted me to print this one in white. And I printed it in white, but I failed to realize that she wanted the eyes light green, which is, the eyes are light green. But the fault is that if you look at the eyes, inside the eye is black. I had to paint that because I didn't realize that if I selected white, it would print that part white, so it looked weird as hell. So you look into it, that black part, I had to paint it because it had a big white spot on it. It was way too. It looked weird, so I had to paint that one. Anyway, that's what happened there. But later on, she asked me to print one in red, ruby red, she said, and I fixed it. So this is a gray one, dark gray.
That dark gray one looks really cool.
Yeah.
And that's from How to Train Your Dragon or whatever.
I'm not sure exactly. I think it's called Toothless. Toothless.
Yeah, exactly. Toothless.
Toothless.
Yeah.
That is from the How to Train Your Dragon movie.
Yeah. There's the different colors: black, white, gray, and it's missing the red there. But later on, she asked me to print a ruby red, which I printed it in satin, silk plus. What is it called? Candy red. But she calls it ruby red. We'll see it in a minute. These are just swordfish. Printed 3 different shades of blue. We'll see them in a minute. Quick print. I think they're like a
okay.
hour and a half.
I was wondering why I cannot see the different shades. They look the same to me.
Yeah, I printed 3 different shades of blue. I mean, that's what I meant. There are 3 different blues. Yeah, that's the silk plus. I had a little problem with the silk version. If you look at the end of the tail, it got a little loose. It didn't have enough support, I guess, in the bottom to keep the tail straight, so it actually created that.
Seems like it might have been that it was hot and it would keep printing on top of the filament that had not dried yet.
I think what it was, it got loose and it was wobbling a little bit.
Yeah. That could be too.
And yeah, I think that was the issue with that. I had a little problem trying to print with this silk blue, but had I put some more support in the tail, it would have held up better, I think. The rest didn't have that issue. You look at the way they printed. The quick print. We did 3 different colors, so. And I printed them all in the X1C. I think the silk I printed in the H2D. I had the 3 printers printing at the same time. They were quick.
Oh yeah, the red one turned out really, really nice.
Yeah, that came out nice. And the eyes are blue. I think there's ice blue. I wanted to try with the silk, but she wanted the light blue, so came out okay.
Do you have a layer shift in there between the eyes?
I think that's just
I'm not sure. I don't
a
think
4
so.
foot wide hair.
Yeah,
Could be.
or maybe a
Yeah, it's just a
scratch.
hair.
But
Yeah, it's just a hair. Yeah.
It's one of those hairs you only see when it's 4 foot wide.
Exactly. But they're good size. I think they're like maybe long, like 6 inches long. The dragon, with the tail, and then height. I think it's like I don't know, like 4 or 5 inches.
They turned out cool.
Yeah, my 3 grandkids were all here this past couple of days, and they were all playing with them. And my granddaughter lives in Louisiana. She left yesterday, so she took a bunch of prints here. She started going through the house and picking up stuff. Her father has 2 3D printers, and she can print them, but she wanted mine, so she just took them. Take whatever you want.
That's awesome.
It's not like you don't have stock, right?
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
now you have space for more stuff.
I ran out of space a long time ago.
Well, but now
I-
she made space for you.
Yeah, if you see my living room, it's I have so much toys printed all over the place, and then the printing room is another. So I think that's all I had printed.
Yeah. Thank you for sending those in, Ed, as always. We'll jump over to Justin. Let's see what he's been printing, and right away with some Smurfs. These look really cool. Some Flexi Smurfs.
Yeah, these are all from one of my Patreons. He finally released Gargoyle. So I printed him. I already had the Smurfs printed. But now all I'm missing is the cat, I think. So I don't know if he's going to do the cat or not. But these have been selling pretty good on Whatnot. So
That's good. Wow, that turned out really, really nice.
yeah, that's just UV printed
You
on.
could sell those out on during the fall, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my shop this week. Probably a little too early yet, but we'll see how it does. But that's just UV printed on a flat piece of 1/4 inch MDF, and those are 10-inch circles that I cut out on my laser.
Yeah, you'll sell the crap out of those this fall. Yeah, this the amount of detail that you can get in the colors and everything on those is just amazing.
Yeah, with the help of AI, I mean, I can easily and quickly create a graphic that would take me otherwise, 3 or 4 days to create. So that's really kind of boosted the at least the quickness of it. Now I have I have like a whole hard drive full of designs that I want to print, but I'm trying not to print everything because then I'll use up all my materials and ink.
With the AI, you cannot like generate like a picture, like a mock-up of what the end result would be.
I actually have started doing that on my coasters because I have so many coaster designs. I told AI to create me a mock-up of a coaster on a table. And then I went into Photoshop and made a smart object. And I'm able to open up the smart object, drop the coaster design in it, save that, and it will automatically update the main file. And then I can export that main file out as a photo, and it looks identical to what it's going to look like printed. So that saved me a lot of time because now I can just upload those files to the website. People can see what it's going to look like, and I don't have to have 3,000 coasters printed.
Yeah, exactly. You only print at the when you have an order.
Exactly.
Is that for Among Us?
I think so. It does look like Among Us. I think it is.
Yes. Yeah, one of my Patreons released a set of Among Us little flexi figures, and this was the first one I printed. I have another one on the printer now, and he has 6 more designs I'm going to print and put in my $5 a piece bins at my shop so kids can pick them up. I've never seen the show or watched the show, but I know my daughter.
It's a game.
Yeah, my daughter has seen it. Apparently, there's a show on Paramount Plus too.
Oh, really?
Oh, is
Of a
there?
cartoon or something.
I'm gonna have to check it out. The game, it's an interesting game. You're like in like these different environments, like a spaceship or whatever, and there's like 9 people, but 2 people are killers, and the other people are not the killers, and nobody knows who's the killer except for the killers. And they can go and kill people, but if they see you or whatever, then they can rat you out or whatever. And if you guess who the 2 killers are, then all of the people win the game. But if the killers kill everybody, then the killers win or whatever. So it's a super interesting concept to a game. I did not know that there was a show out. I'm gonna have to watch it because it's a super interesting concept to a video game. Really, really cool.
Yeah, he released these regular ones, and then today he released imposters. So they have like big scary mouse or whatever you want to call it on them, and so I'm getting ready to print those too. And that's a LATT from the Star Wars prequels and Clone Wars, and the soda can's just there for size reference, so it's pretty good size. From the artist the Kit Kiln on things.com. And you can subscribe to him and then download his models. I don't think he has them for purchase anymore. I think he's subscription only. But I have a lifetime subscription for him, so everybody comes out with new models. I try to print at least the ones that I think will sell, so. Then this is another one from the same maker, the Kit Kiln. He does, it's a Lego style, but it's his style. So he's not infringing on Lego or anything like that, but they're built in the same mannerism as like a Lego minifig almost.
How big is that?
This is about 4.5 inches tall.
Well, it printed really well. I can barely, well, I don't see any layer lines.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
Yeah, what filament did you use?
This is cocoa brown and
Really?
black, and then sunflower yellow.
Okay. Oh, it looks really good.
Actually, sorry, this isn't sunflower. Yeah, it is sunflower yellow. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the other one is much brighter than that. Oh, I like it. It looks really good.
Yeah, you can't see any layer lines. Oh, right there, barely. I had to zoom
Yeah,
way in.
but you have to zoom in really close to
But
see
yeah,
them.
all of this is super smooth.
Yeah.
Looks really good. But yeah, when I zoom
Yeah, he
in on the
does a
4-foot wide screen, you can finally see one.
Does a really good job on all his models. He has, I don't know, probably 50, 60 different models out there, and they're all snapped together type models. You print, you know, the body separate, the head separate, the legs separate, arms, hands, all that, and it just all slides in and snaps in, and his tolerances are just right to where you hear the click and you're done.
And you said he has a lifetime subscription?
He used to. I got in on the lifetime subscription. But now it's a monthly or yearly subscription on things, I think.
Yeah, so you probably got it at the beginning of his career. Now
Yeah.
he doesn't offer that anymore. Yeah, it's the same Flexi Factory. That the guy used to give out his files for free for 1 day on a Facebook group that I was a member of back in 2021.
Yeah,
So
the Kit Kiln was only on things for the longest time, and today I actually saw he has started to put a few models on Maker World. Not many, but just a couple.
Yeah, just to get people, more people to see his stuff.
And then this is a 5.5 inch tall Deadpool. Or I'm sorry, no, this is a 9-inch tall Deadpool. Because I had the 2.5 inch, and then somebody wanted a 5.5 inch. And so I printed those and sold out of those. And then somebody goes, I want 9-inch ones. So I had to print 9-inch ones.
Looks really nice.
Yeah, it turned out awesome. I like
Yeah, I
how
had
the top of the eyes made the little circles or whatever. It's a really good effect.
Yeah, unfortunately, on anything over the 2.5 inch, the eyes have a pinkish hue to them. Even on the H2D, and I'm not exactly sure why. I've gone in there, I've painted it, I've gone through the layers and made sure there wasn't red behind it, but it still has a pinkish hue to it. So I just take a white acrylic Sharpie and go in and repaint the eyes.
Could it be that it's not purging enough?
Well, I set the purge up to 1.7, so It should be
So-
purging enough at this point.
Yeah, hopefully, yes. What red is that?
That is maroon red from
Maroon?
bamboo.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those here. That's one of my son's favorite one.
And this is a 9-inch tall Venom. Because again, I did the 2-inch version, the 2.5-inch version, and somebody goes, "Can you make it bigger?" And I'm like, "Well, do you want a 5-inch or do you want a 9-inch?" And of course they said 9-inch. And I was like, okay, that's gonna take like 2 days to print 2 of them. But hey, if that's what they want, that's what they get.
Yep.
Mhm. You sell these for what, like $40? The big ones?
These are 45, yep.
Yeah, it has to be. That's
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah, to tie up the printer for 2.5 days, I automatically say if I'm tying up it for that long, it's automatically $45.
Mhm. They all came out great. All of them,
Yeah.
every one of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people really love the big ones. It's just I need about 30 H2Ds. Now
I'll start buying them.
Yeah, exactly. This is a 5.5-inch tall Batman, and I'm actually going to print a 9-inch tall Batman because everyone loved the 2.5-inch version. So before they start asking, I'm going to go ahead and have them ready, and hopefully they sell.
Hmm. Do you
But
keep
yeah, when
one
I-
of these? Do you keep
I'm
one of
sorry?
these for yourself? Do you keep, when you print these large ones, do you keep one for yourself or you don't
No.
keep any?
I don't
You
keep
know.
any. But yeah, I've pretty much started, I'll print the 2.5-inch versions first. I'll print 14 or 15 of those on a plate, and they'll take
Mhm.
anywhere between a day to a day and a half. And then I'll print the 5-inch versions. I can usually fit 4 on a plate. That'll take another day and a half. And then I'll print the 9-inch versions, which I can only fit 2 on a plate. And those will usually take, depending on the colors, 2 days to print. So that way I cover all bases.
Uh-huh. Well, they're all fabulous.
So yeah, Bamboo's getting ready to have another good filament sale from me here shortly.
Yeah, I got like 20 rolls the other day, and just before the sale ended, my wife walked into my office yesterday and she was like, "You have too many rolls of filament." I said, "No, I just haven't printed enough stuff."
Yeah, and see, I have the opposite. I was gonna print 2 or 3 other things today, and I didn't have the right colors, so I gotta make a filament order before I can print them. This is a 9-inch tall Punisher. I did the small version, and I skipped over the 5-inch version, which I'll probably be regretting. But I went ahead and did 2 9-inch versions. But luckily, these are only like 3 colors, so they're relatively quick. It just depends on the size. I think 2 of these 9-inch ones took 27, 28 hours.
That's
And
not
that's you-
horrible. That's not
Yeah.
horrible.
No, I mean, 2 of them, they're big. And there are 2 of them.
Yeah.
And that's using
Yeah.
gyroid infill, of course, at like 10%.
Hmm.
This Roadrunner is awesome. That thing's huge
Yeah, this thing
too.
is, this thing is huge. It's 23 inches long. And I didn't even measure the height of it, but you can see the soda can just barely reaches his foot area. So he's big.
Where's this model?
This is from a guy called, oh gosh, what's his name? CW Prestige, I think. And if I remember correctly, I think this one's on Maker World.
I can confirm. I saw that model.
Yeah, and Rada Steve used to do all the Looney Tunes ones. He was the Looney Tunes guy. And this new CW Prestige kind of plays in the Looney Tune area, but he mainly does mashups. So like his big claim to fame right now is there's a show called Pinky Binders or Pinky Blinders.
Yeah.
And so he's made all the Looney Tunes characters into those 30 style clothed characters. And the Roadrunner is actually running away from Wile E. Coyote, who's dressed in a 30 style gangster outfit with a pistol. I just haven't printed the Roadrunner or the Coyote yet because he's going to be like $40 worth of filament to print him at normal size.
I just posted the link for the Roadrunner on the chat.
I saw it and I wanted to print it, but I never realized it was this big.
Yeah, and this one's for me because he does have a Patreon where you can sell his stuff, but I have so many Patreons right now. I can't have another one until somebody requests something. Now I'll show pictures of it and say, hey, I can do this for X amount, and then I'll subscribe to him. But this one's personally for me because I like Roadrunner. So
I wouldn't sell this anyway because it would be a nightmare to ship.
oh yeah, you would have to ship it in pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Coyote versus Acme movie next
Yeah,
month.
that looks cool. That looks really, really cool.
They're coming out with a movie?
Yeah, Coyote
next
versus
month.
Acme. It looks really cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of be like the old if you remember Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
It's going to be very similar to that with live actors and then cartoon characters.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, I think basically the premise of it is that Roadrunner is suing Acme or going after Acme.
Coyote is suing.
Or sorry, Coyote.
Yeah, the Coyote is suing Acme because all the products are defective.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be such a good movie.
It's gonna be in the theaters, or is it?
Yep.
Is it
Yeah, movie theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
I
I
might
showed
actually
my
go to the
son-
theater to see that one. I'm excited.
I'm definitely
for that
going.
one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going. I showed my son the trailer for the movie, and he was like, "Well, we're going." I was like, "That's my son."
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because they have the wrestler John Cena as the
Mhm.
CEO of Acme.
Yes.
had printed I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying that several months ago, I don't know if you recall, but I printed a series. They had little wheels, and one of them was a Coyote and a Roadrunner. I don't know if you remember. They had little wheels. Yeah. So there was a series of them, and my grandson had not seen those movies, and I went to YouTube and I found the original Roadrunner, and then I put it on the big screen here in my house for him, and he loved them, and so I didn't know about this movie. I'm sure when he sees it, he'd want to go see it. He really got a kick of it. He'll be 6 in the end of the month. The end of August.
Yeah,
I should say.
I have all the Looney Tunes ever released from Warner Brothers on digital from Apple TV. They had a whole box set that I bought that has all the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. It has all the Marvin the Martian, all the Bugs Bunny, everything.
They're cool.
Really cool. Thanks for sending those in, Justin. Appreciate it. Next, we'll see what Mark has been printing.
And right away, we have a crocheted duck or goose.
I don't know. I'm still looking at Roadrunner.
Beep, beep.
All that Roadrunner needs is a Red Bull can. It'd be part of that commercial, right? Thinks Red Bull, and it gives him wings, but he's scared of heights, so he runs.
Mhm.
Wow, you must be way behind.
Yeah, he's
Why?
probably not watching it live.
No, I'm looking at it now. It's like, what, I mean, what can I say? It's
Oh.
an idiot goose. Didn't have any orange put in the machine at the time, so.
What printers
Keep it
that you're
red.
using on that?
What's that?
What printer did you use on that?
That was the H2.
Looks really good.
X1 still gets used, but not anywhere near the way it used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once you get into multicolor.
Yeah, all my X1Cs are only if there's single color parts now, like the Roadrunner, all those were single color parts. So that was all X1C and H2S.
Well, I still use the X1C, but mostly if it's if the H2C is busy and it's going to be busy for a while, and whatever I'm printing doesn't have a huge amount of color changes.
That's what I
My
do.
X1's only got one AMS on it now because I took the extra one and put it on the H2. So
Mhm.
anything that's more than 3-4 colors will go to the H2 no matter what. And the X1 gets used. It helps me get ahead of the curves sometimes because my wife might put 4 or 5 models that she found that she likes that she'll put in my queue, and then I'll go in and I'll look at them. Sometimes if I can run some of them off on the X1 while I'm running something else off on the H2, it gives me that little extra leeway.
So then you can print stuff that you actually want to print.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't mind it. She finds things that she likes. My daughters find things that they like. It's a hobby. It keeps me busy, keeps my mind going.
Same here.
So that there, Len, that's in several parts. The white and red top of that mushroom print is one, so it's a 2-color print. And then that snaps on to the top of the white base of the mushroom. And under that, bottom of that slides off, and you can put your tea light in. It screws in place and the bottom snaps back on, but it has the option to get to that tea light through the bottom so you don't have to take it apart. I think you have a couple of pictures that show that. And then there's also a stem you can print. You'll see that later on in some of the pictures that will go through that hole and it becomes a hanging tea light.
Is it Maker's World?
Yeah, I tried selling some of those tea light things in my shop, and but by the time I got back, all the dang tea lights were dead because people would turn them on and then wouldn't turn them back off. So I stopped selling them. You can get those tea lights pretty cheap on Amazon. I think you can get like 100 of them for like $30 or something like that.
Yeah, and depending on which ones you get, some are multicolored. So the light changes with all the, some flicker as if it's a live flame. You can see how the top would just snap on to that base.
Hey, Mark, is that mini mushroom tea light lantern? Is that what it's called?
Come on, let me go in and find it for you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one. Okay. Now that I see it, I just found it in Maker's World. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, all of mine's obviously are, you know, off of Maker's World. The X1C right now is doing something for next week. I'm finally doing my very first Galactic Armory. Next week, you'll see how that turned out.
Yeah,
You
Galactic
subscribe or you bought the model?
It's on Maker's World. They give some of their models up on Maker's World for free.
Yeah, Galactic Armory is awesome. I have a subscription to them. I don't print a lot of their helmets and stuff, and I really want to print some of their like Star Wars skulls. But holy heck, some of those are going to take like 5 days to print and going to be almost $60 to $70 worth of filament.
Whew. Yeah, then
Yeah,
you price yourself. Do you have customers that are going to spend that much on something? I don't know. I don't know people are going to spend that much for you to make any money on it.
I might try one of their helmets just to say that I actually printed a helmet on the H2 to see how it runs, because I mean, that's obviously the reason why I went with the H2. I wanted to have that space to do, you know, the helmet without having to cut it in pieces. So I might try one of theirs. I mean, I have a 16-year-old grandson, so that definitely won't be a waste. That'll be a good gift.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the process of starting to print a Star Wars Imperial ship that came out of Maker's World. It's a good size. I haven't finished yet. Actually, I'm just starting it. Actually, just put the link on it if anybody's interested. It looks like a cool print. Good size.
Now that's what the stem looks like with, you know,
Yeah.
one of the tea lights hanging on it. And the stem is two pieces. It's the brown base and then the green or whatever you want to make the stem in.
Mm-hmm.
And the stem just snaps into the base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a tight fit, no glue or anything. You just push it down into the base and then you hang the light top of it. And there's no glue on any of these tea lights. All of these tea lights, everything you see snaps into place or it screws into place, one of the two.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. I'm going to print that.
So my wife had liked these, so she liked the mushroom and she liked the acorn.
Mhm.
You didn't know about the pumpkin here that I found it, but the reason I found the pumpkin, because I went looking for the stem so that they could hang, and the stem was in with the pumpkin, and the other two pieces were afterthoughts, but it didn't have the stem on it. So I figured, well, if I'm going to print the stem, I might as well print the pumpkin.
Yeah, I like that pumpkin. It turned out good.
Yeah, it did.
And the pumpkin and the other one are the same designer?
Yes, yeah, all of these are the same designer, yes.
Okay.
And you can see
Thank
the
you.
very fine threads on that. If you lens zooms in, you can see the threads on the inner part.
Mhm.
And that's how you put your tea light. The tea light will fit into like a sleeve, and then the sleeve screws into that down to the bottom of the base, so the tea light hangs out of the bottom
Mhm.
of the switch, and then everything else snaps into place. And then I think I've got a picture of the thing all snapped in. That would be the sleeve.
Yeah, it just goes
And you
right
can
in
see
there
the-
and then it screws together. That's a good,
Yep.
good design.
And then once you have it all together, I mean, it's easy to take apart. You know, you got to take the tea light out because of the battery or whatever. It's easy enough to take apart, get to the tea light, either replace the battery or put in a whole new tea light and put it back together again. My wife is in her fall mood. And
Wishing for it to cool down like everybody else.
she's thinking ahead. She's like, okay, what am I going to put out for the fall? And she's giving me enough leeway so I'm not going nuts trying to get everything printed.
If it gets any hotter, she's gonna have you print snowmen. Does this have the fuzzy skin applied? It looks like it does.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, just a little. It's not as
Yeah.
predominant as of some of the others, but
It looks really good.
Mhm.
Hides the layer lines very well.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you got the small, the medium, the large. You'll have some other prints of, if Len didn't juggle them around, you'll have some other prints where I put the stems on them. I hadn't printed the stems yet when I took these pictures, so. These will make another debut with the stems on them. Now that's just the hot ends, the H2 hot ends. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with the drawer in this and you know, the station.
Mhm.
So I printed out a couple of things that obviously is the cutters, and another one also for cutters, that one there. That one's got the Gridfinity bottom to it.
Mhm.
So if I did the Gridfinity in the drawer itself, instead of just floating around, it would sit on that Gridfinity grid and stay in place. So
Mark, moving the cart around with the wheels, does it move easily? With the weight of the printer and stuff?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've got the feet down so it doesn't move at all. Even when this thing starts shaking, everybody that's got one knows how these things
Yeah.
shake. And
Oh,
it
oh,
doesn't move it
oh.
around at all with the feet down.
Know what I mean? But when you want to move it from one place to another, is it easy? Does it roll?
Yeah,
easy?
just, you
Okay.
just bring up the feet and you can roll it wherever you want.
Yeah.
That is the bill plate holder
Mm-hmm.
that you can screw in on the side of the Candace station if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it. I didn't like it. I ended up taking it out and I printed another holder that I've got off to the side somewhere else that holds my bill plates. And it's even got a dedicated spot for the vision encoder plate.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I didn't like this is when you put the plates in, they leaned. So they're either leaning up against the side of the printer or they were leaning away from the printer. And I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Not for me anyway. Somebody else maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
you want to see the other print plate holder, I'll take a picture of it for next week.
Yeah, I printed one also, but it's not tied to the printer. I mean,
Those are the stems for the fruits that you saw earlier.
I see.
There you go. Now it's all put
Okay.
together.
Okay. Cool.
Even the stems have a little bit of texture to them.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's a hole. For whatever reason, they didn't, when they did the stems, they didn't close the tops.
That was to save filament. Because if you close the top, it has to infill it.
My wife is an avid book reader and we have 2 Labradors. So this just kind of fit the bill.
Mm-hmm.
The capybara, that was just there for kind of size on the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man's actually a keychain. So I was trying to figure out, most of us print out the capybaras, the good luck cat and so forth. So I figured doing that would give you a rough idea of what the Spider-Man would look like. And that was done, capybara was done in 1-year-old translucent filament that I just had hanging around that I was trying to use. Pretty good, huh? Keychain that can stand up on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's a flat, back is flat, so that just prints in place. And it is a flexi. It head moves, obviously, the waistline moves. Spider-Man was on the H2, and Capybara, believe it or not, was on the X1.
Mm-hmm.
Which filament did you use for the capybara?
That was Sunlu translucent.
Yeah, okay. That's why it looked translucent. I like the look. Might have to give it a try.
And I only used When I set it up in the X1, I told it it was Bamboo Labs PLA translucent. And I slowed the outer wall down, I believe, to 50. Print profile that Bamboo has the outer wall at 60, so I don't think it made that much of a difference. I was looking at Len's Silk video that he did a while back, so I slowed it down to 50 to see if it would make that much of a difference. That's the way it came out.
Oh, it looks really good. Good job.
I also did one in their green translucent, but I didn't take a picture of it because, I mean, but capybaras, I mean, really wasn't printing them for, you know, for the show. It was more of, I was trying different settings and different profiles to see what would work before I started doing any kind of real printing in it, you know? And that,
There is a whole guide in the Bamboo Lab wiki for translucent filaments. You should check it out.
those are just, they call them modern tea light holders. You can see the tea light fits nice in place. And it's 3 sizes, so saw it, liked it, so I printed out all 3 sizes in different colors. Spidey made another appearance, so. Spidey was there for, this is how tall I am. That's the medium one.
Which filament is that?
That's
Mistletoe.
Mozworks,
Oh.
which is basically, you remember a while back, I told you guys about Mozworks. It's basically rebranded Bamboo. Packaging is exactly the same. All the pots that come in it, the plastic, the sticker, you name it, it's all the same. It's a rebranded Bamboo filament.
Well, Bamboo doesn't make their own filaments, so probably the other people are getting it from the same factory as Bamboo.
Well, what I'm thinking is that maybe it's a reject, a Bamboo reject for some reason.
But what color is it? What color is it? If it's
You know, they rebrand it as Mozworks, but I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah, I have a roll. I haven't tried it yet. I bought a roll probably like 6 or 7 months ago and haven't tried it.
When you run it just as you would, you know, the Bamboo profile. Tell it it's, matter of fact, I've taken the Bamboo RFI tags and taped them to the bottom of the spool and let it read the RFID tags of the same color, and it's printed fantastic.
What green is that?
That's the Moz.
Is that
That's
turquoise or green?
But that's the mistletoe green.
Oh, mistletoe green, okay. Yeah, I have a couple of rolls of that.
I had like 3 rolls of that and I hadn't used it. So I said, well, I got to do a green. Let me open it up. And same with the stem for those hanging tea lights. That was done in the mistletoe green.
Mm-hmm.
My stock of mistletoe usually is the same during the year, and then Christmas it starts to run out. And then in January I buy it again.
Mm-hmm.
I go up on, you know, Amazon and I see what I can find. And believe it or not, Mozworks just had a sale on theirs. They're normally $140 for a 10-pack, sorted colors. And they were down to like $105 for the 10-pack. So I bought the 10-pack, then I bought 1 brown roll because it didn't have the brown in it, and I needed another brown. So for like $125, I got 11 rolls. They were actually cheapest. I mean, if I looked at Sunloo's 10-pack and their 10-pack and King Groom's 10-pack, they were the cheapest of all of them. So I figured, what the heck? I already know how they print. Thank you, Renee. Putting the links to.
Yeah, those are really cool. You could have like a whole like shelf full of different colors of those with all kinds of tea lights and different sizes.
Yep.
I don't think it'd be too hard to just extend these up and down to make even more sizes. So you can make like a whole shelf that would look pretty cool with that. Different colored tea lights too, flickering ones, non-flickering ones. It'd be pretty cool. And I like this ribbed effect as well on models. It's another one that I like a lot. And that's not hard to do in Fusion either. That ribbed effect in CAD. All right. Thanks for sending those in, Mark. I appreciate it as always. And last but not least, we'll get to my Flexi Factory print here. And this filament that you see here is from Paramount. It's called Skin Ivory. And I had to look at Amazon when I bought it to see what color it is because it doesn't have the color on the side of the spool. And I bought this in 2022. And I didn't dry it. I didn't do anything. And I think it turned out awesome as a super cool color. But I dug this out of the bottom of the barrel of the filaments that I had from a really long time ago. But it turned out amazing. Turned out really cool.
Was it open since 22?
Yeah, yeah. It's just been sitting on a shelf open. Not in a box, not in plastic, nothing.
Oh, God.
Didn't dry it, nothing.
Man.
Well, it's not in Florida.
I didn't leave it in my swimming
That's what I
pool,
was gonna say.
nothing.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I have a
And you
roll
can't-
of Paramount, the Simpsons yellow that I haven't tried yet.
And you can't see any layer lines on this at all. Zoom in, Len. If you zoomed in, I couldn't see a layer line on it. But there, now I can see a layer line. When it's like,
Yeah.
It's even got a
Barely.
nose here.
yeah.
He used to trim his nose hairs.
Yeah, okay.
He might have a little cavity right there. But
By
yeah,
the
it
way,
turned
man,
out cool. I like
Yeah,
the
it
color.
did. Yeah, it did.
Lena, I uploaded my photos earlier.
Oh, all right. I'll get to yours.
Yes, and I uploaded them after we started the call.
All right. Let me get to that real quick.
So if anybody really wants to see how the printer rolls that cabinet, let me know if you really want it, and I'll pull the wheels up, the feet up. I'll take a video of me pushing it around the room.
To me, that would be an interesting reason to get one. It's just they're expensive.
Yeah. So, do you have hardwood floor or carpet? I think that might be a big difference as well.
Both. I have
It would be good to see both, see it
it's-
roll on both, and see what that looks like.
it's the laminate. I've got laminate where the printer is, but I've got a throw rug where my desk is, so I can always roll it from laminate onto the carpet and then back where I normally keep it.
Mhm.
Look at those colors.
I'll just have to try to figure out how to set my my phone up so it'll catch the video.
Lots of light. Lots of light.
Well, if I do it during the day, that won't be a big problem. It's just, where am I gonna place my phone so that it will actually catch me pushing this thing around?
Okay, but this, the filament, is that the same filament of the shell at the top of the shell? Or is that two different filaments? Gabe? Hello?
Yeah, if you're talking, you're on mute, Gabe.
Of course, I'm on mute, and I've been talking for like half an hour.
Yeah, you need to hit all 19 places to unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
so that my headset, if I move the microphone up, it mutes me. And usually when I move it down, it unmutes me, except
Okay.
for this call. And this call, it doesn't work that way for some reason. Anyway, so the shell prints separate from the hermit crab. So you can take the crab out of the shell. So the shell is Panchroma silk PLA's rainbow.
So it's the same filament, tricolor or multicolor, whatever it is.
Well, rainbow.
Rainbow, okay. I see, okay.
But it's printed, it's split in half, so it prints half and half. So that's why you just see that effect that it has.
I see.
Then
And this is from who? Who's designed this?
So this one is STL Flex.
Okay.
But I saw them. It came as an advertisement for me on Facebook, and since I had the subscription, decided to print it. The red was supposed to be color changing, so it was supposed to go from red to a yellow with, at some point, it's a cookie cut filament, but it didn't use enough filament to change the colors, so ended up being fully red.
I think it looks great the way it is.
Yeah, I had to paint all the white dots on it. It doesn't come with the white dots. Took me a while. But yeah, it was a fun print. I'm not a fan of how it looks, where both pieces of the shell glue together. There's a bit of a gap, and that's one of my issues with everything STL Flex related. When you glue them, they don't really glue that well. But it is what it is.
That's great. And I love that filament, that
Yeah, that
color, whatever.
Yeah, that's the
rainbow.
Panchroma. I can send you the link if you want.
But you know, STL Flix has something that the others don't have. I'm realizing, because I come from STL Flix, and now I'm also a subscriber of Madmire and Flexi Factory. Both Madmire and Flexi Factory, they paint their models manually. STL Flix creates an object or a part for every single color that you have. So you simply need to switch colors in the parts to print the different things. So if you try to go from a 3-color model from a 4-color model to a 3-color model, 2-color model, you simply put the same color in all the parts and that's it. With the Madmires or Flexi Factory, I sometimes have to manually paint the things back to the original color that I want to reduce the colors. I know in some cases he releases a 2-color version, a 3-color version, but it's not the same.
I don't know about the Madmire ones because I haven't been subscribed to him for long, but the Flexi Factory ones, they're very easy to paint. You try to paint, let's say you want to go from 4 colors to 5 colors, which I have done with some of the Flexi Factory. I just end up, let's say it's 4 colors, but I want to print the eyes a different color than the body. And I can do that very easily with the Flexi Factory one. So you try to do that with the STL Flex, then they don't really come out that great. But anyway, we digress. So this is Matt Myers, and so I was traveling for work this past week, and my son. So we printed this between my son and I. We printed 3 different versions of this while I was away. So this one is the blue one. There's a green one and a red one.
How many colors are these? These are how many colors?
So this is 4 colors.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So this is the one.
I would say I didn't attempt to print any 4 color. You recall I printed 2 color in last time. Because 4 colors in my H2D would have taken forever.
Well, so this specific one, and I guess I should have taken pictures of the 3 of them together. I didn't, but this specific one, I was traveling on Sunday, so I put it in 0.12 layer height on Sunday and left it printing. When it finished, my son started the red one, but at 0.20 layer height. Then printed the blue one with the 0.20 layer height. So this one took 2 days printing versus the other one that took 20 hours each.
This is great. I mean, it's
these turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and Ed, we were mentioning that some of the prints from Matt, that they feel very solid. And I didn't upload a picture of that, but I took a picture while it was printing, and some of the parts are actually solid inside. That's why it feels so solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy. I mean, the damn thing.
Yes.
I didn't modify it at all, the infill.
Yeah, me neither. But
heavy,
some of the parts, like the legs, are pretty much solid inside. Most of the areas. That's why it feels so heavy.
Great design.
It is a really cool design. Yeah, so this one is printed at 0.20, and the red is Cookie Cat Ruby Red, which has a bit of a sparkle. You can't see it on the picture. Well, I guess you can see it on the leg. If you zoom into the leg or even the face, the lower jaw, you can see the sparkles a bit.
My son printed this one in 4 colors in the H2D, and I forgot how long he told me that it took. I think it took him like 2.5 days, something like that.
Yeah, so using 0.12 layer height, it took me 2 days to print the green one. Using the layers the default settings on the file takes 20 hours on the H2C.
Takes more than they said in the H2D. That's why I skipped it.
Yeah, so
But it's a great.
We ended up printing 3 of them just for fun.
They all came out great.
Yeah,
Especially
we were gonna
with the
print.
0.12.
Yeah, so the previous one, the one that is green, is the one that I printed in 0.12. This is 0.20.
They all came out great. Oh, the 0.12 is incredible. I mean, all of them are great.
Yeah, so we were gonna print a 4th one in yellow, but we ended up not doing it. So I came back home and we just didn't print it. Anyway, moving on.
They're great.
So this is a request from my sister-in-law. This is Epcot's, what is the name? The Planet Earth or whatever. What is the name of that?
Epcot Earth, is it?
Yeah.
Epcot Center.
No.
Epcot called Earth. Yeah, I think it's called Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, something Earth.
Yeah. What is that, like a planter?
Spaceship? A spaceship Earth.
A spaceship Earth, that's what it is.
Yes, I had to look it up. So it's a planter, so she's gonna put a fake plant inside of that. So she has a vacation rental here near Disney, and she wanted that for decoration for her house, and that's why I printed it for her. Finished today. And just using a regular bamboo silver. This one's also, so this one is 17 inches tall.
Wow.
And I just put it together. So it prints everything in different pieces. So I put it together earlier today. So she's gonna put it also for decoration in her apartment.
It's a clock and it works like a clock. It has the system in the back.
So we didn't put in the system on purpose because it's a vacation rental and we don't want people saying, oh, the clock it's not on time, so let me just try to fix it, and then they end up breaking it. So it's more for decoration. But yes, it does have the space in the back to put in the clock system. We just decided not to.
Is that in Maker's World?
It is on Maker's World.
What's it called?
I'll put the link. Give me a second.
Okay, great.
I have it here open.
I have a couple of those clock. I assume those are the clock that the Maker's World sells.
I'm not sure.
That's
There's
right,
a version that does have it. I don't have one that I can test with because I run out of them.
But I'll check and see what it says, because I think I have two that I ordered from I forgot, not from Maker's World. I bought it from somewhere.
Yeah, from
else. I got it.
AliExpress.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
cheap.
that's where I buy when I want them because they're cheaper.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. They don't say that it works with that one, but they don't say it doesn't. So I'm not sure. They do have a measurement, so it has to measure 55.84 millimeters, which I believe that's exactly what the bamboo one measures anyway. But I can't confirm that.
Okay, I just got the link you put in there. Let me save it.
But yeah, so that's it for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, now
Thank
keep
you.
in mind it's 16 inches and 3/4 to be exact.
A good size then.
So it's not small. But there are other versions of Maker's Worlds. If you want to try a different one.
It says it takes 130 hours to print.
It didn't
That's what it
definitely
said
didn't
here.
take me. It definitely did not take me that.
It says 6 colors and 14 plates. 130 hours. It says.
Wow.
That's,
Yeah, it didn't take me 130 hours. Maybe on a Creality Ender.
I'm just looking at what it says in the profile. A 0.2
Yeah, no.
nozzle.
Is
It's
that on a
0.2
Oh,
Must be
because,
another
because,
one.
yeah, because he has it as a 0.2 nozzle. I didn't print on a 0.2 nozzle.
Oh, okay. So I had to change the setting to a 0.4.
Yeah, you need to change
That's
the
what it
settings.
is. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, because you need less than a kilogram so less than a roll of filament in total. So you're using 653 grams of brown, 245 grams of gold. So that's 800 grams or so, 900 grams, give or take. So you use just shy of a kilogram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it wouldn't take.
I'm definitely changing it to a 0.4.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
you don't want to spend the
989
next 3
grams.
weeks printing.
And it has it a 0.1 millimeter layer.
Yeah, no.
That's why it takes 120.
Yeah,
Imagine
no
that.
thanks.
No, forget it.
No. Yeah, I would never try to print
You're
that.
going to miss out on the quality, huh? Think about that.
Well, I don't know,
That's
but mine
cool.
looks fairly good for not doing 0.2 on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that even the guy that designed it didn't print it at that layer height, because you can see his layer lines on
Yeah.
the picture that he uploaded.
And also changing the X1C to 0.2, it's the nozzle is a pain in the neck. So I haven't changed my nozzle on the X1C in such a long time. That's a different story in the H2D, but
It's not that bad. Come on.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
We're
It's
spoiled.
one of the
We're
We're
connectors.
spoiled.
It's a pain in the neck. It's a pain
Yeah,
in the neck.
well,
You got
one of the
all those wires.
connectors is bad.
Yeah.
The really small connector, you have big hands.
Yeah.
The small connector is bad, but it's not impossible. And it's funny because I had to change. I had a clog on Friday, and I had to change the nozzle. I haven't looked into what happened, but it completely clogged mid-print, and it ruined a print.
Yeah.
There's a trick for that. There's some models with like tweezers that have the exact geometry to pull those things out. I use that, and I don't find it so hard, honestly.
No, I printed those, but they're still a pain in the neck.
Well, it's not pulling it out. The connectors, putting it back in, which is a pain for me. The removing it, that's simple. You just jank it and it comes out.
The only problem is you can pull the wires out.
Yeah, the removing them is
that's the scary part for me.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's just that the small connector on the X1C. So the X1C nozzle, for those that do not know, it has 3 different connectors.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is really small, and then it has to go sideways in different direction than the other 2. And that specific one is a bit of a pain to put in.
Yeah. No, the new system that the A series and the H series use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
100 times better. Much
the
easier
H to see the right nozzle is the easiest one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just like a little magnet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in person because I don't have one, but I've seen it in so many videos. Yeah, it seems like very easy to change. But the H series and the A series are extremely easy to do. The only time I've had any issues is if I may have to heat it up because they get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Heat it up to be able to pull them out, and that's the only issue I've ever had with the H series.
Yeah, just go by a micro center that you have one nearby. Unlike me, which I don't have one nearby. Just go by micro center. Do not take your credit card with you. That way you can see it.
In person, yeah, you're right.
Forget your wallet at home.
Yes.
Don't even take your driver's license. Nothing.
Nope. No, I don't want to be tempted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, remember now, if you really want it and you left everything at home, you can apply right then and there for the Micro Center card.
But that's why you don't take your
ID. Yeah, that's why I said leave your wallet, because you can't even do that.
Yes, and so you have to take your wife with the direction of do not let me buy this.
Guys, I've had it in my Bamboo Lab wallet 3 times. I actually added it in there, but never pulled the plug. I then put it back to delete. I'm waiting for the next version.
Yeah, at this point, I will wait to see what they.
Yeah.
We've already waited this long.
It's not like you're running a business and you need that printer to save time on prints. To be honest.
Of course.
Yeah,
if I didn't get the deal I got on my H2 when they had that anniversary sale, I would not be sitting here today watching the H2 print.
Yeah. And it's the same for me. I bought it because all the makers world points that I had, so I had free money.
Yeah. No, Mark got a hell of a deal on his H2D. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I paid almost. I think I paid like $800 more than Mark did in it for the
Yeah, you
HDD.
pay H2C money. I did too.
Exactly.
I got taxed on both of them.
Yeah. And 6 months later, they
Yeah,
come out
I
with the
mean-
other one. Yeah.
But what, like clinched it for me it was basically the exact same price I paid for my X1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that is
And
amazing.
you went and picked it up that same day, so pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. All right, that's all the pictures that we have, but I do have a video, one more, of chasing some RC planes. But I actually took a video of starting one of these things and then getting a pretty good perspective of just how big these RC planes are. So we'll end the stream with that today.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna push on.
See,
it
I'm
pretty
looking
hard.
forward to the video that you crash into one of them.
Ready?
What? 6 foot, 8 foot wingspan? How big is it?
Smell gas. This one is, I think, 100 inches. And it has a 70cc motor on it.
That's 9 foot something.
Yeah, look how giant this thing is. Now that's an RC plane.
You can almost sit on top of it, right?
Yeah, you could almost ride on that thing. But all these ones that I've been chasing, just to give you a perspective, that's how big they are, and they all have big gas motors like that.
So the one you were chasing the last time were as big as this?
Yeah, it was as big as this one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they look small when they're flying.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it doesn't look as big in here, but this is that same plane.
I thought it was like 2 foot.
No, they're huge.
Yes, tall.
No, I thought it was like 2 foot wingspan, not 9 foot.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look as big as
Yeah, that's why I took a video of it, because this looks like they're small, but like this thing is
Mhm.
giant. It's huge.
Mm. This is the same pilot as the one you were taking?
Yeah, yeah, he has like 16 of these different planes, so I'll have
16 of them.
16,
So I have
and
a
he's
question.
downgraded to 16.
So does he
Yeah.
fly real airplanes too?
I believe so. Before he retired, and he's a really good pilot too of these planes. And he's got some cool looking planes. All of them are really, really cool. This one too.
And you told us that he flies without first person view, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is all line of sight. I'm in first person view. He's flying all line of sight. So you'll see him on the runway right on the right hand side there. He's standing up. I'm sitting down. But yeah, it doesn't do it justice just looking at it from the drone. Like, that thing is giant.
So how
And there's no
far are
cap.
you from him right now? From the airplane?
Maybe like 15 feet away.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. That thing's like a $4,000 RC model. I'm not trying to run into it with my $500 drone.
Which makes sense. Would make a great video, but
It would make a great video for others, not for the owner of the $4,000 plane and me having to shell
for
out the
you.
money to pay for it.
And the planes don't have any cameras on them, right?
No, but I think I'm gonna glue one of my small cameras, the one that I was using to film starting it and stuff. I think I'm gonna glue one of those to his plane, and then I'll chase it with my drone, but then have the footage from his plane as well, and mix it
have
into a
him-
video.
it would be nice to get a 360 camera on that airplane.
That would be cool. And I think you can upload 360 videos to YouTube to where you can control what you see or
Can you?
whatever.
Mm.
So I might do that. I might see about getting a GoPro or something or a DJI 360 and put on one of these because I agree.
Oh, let's see another airplane taking off.
Yeah, there's another guy that's
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a white airplane.
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
flying a jet. In one of them he's flying a 3D plane, and then the other one he's flying a jet. And not a 3D printed plane. A 3D plane is one of the ones that does hovering and all that stuff.
Yeah, the other one was just below.
Yeah, I think there's one shot where I kind of follow that second plane when we're going down the runway. But such a pretty cool plane. Oh, here he comes to land on one of them.
Whoops, you went right under him.
I went over him. It was hard to slow down so fast. He slowed it down way fast, but this is he took off again, put more gas in it. But it's so fun to chase these things with the drone. Like, it is so much fun. And you have the little 2-foot one. I don't even know how I would find that in the sky to go find it with my drone. It would be really hard to coordinate that on the smaller ones, but with these big ones, like, it's easy for me to find and to keep up with it.
Is it the first time that somebody has filmed him flying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's the first time anybody's done this with his.
So I assume he wanted a copy of your videos, right?
Yeah. So all of these videos I make for him and I send them to him. This one, they're getting like pretty big in size. So this is just privated on my YouTube channel. If you guys want me to make it public, I can. I put some little music and stuff, and he shares it with his family or whatever. And he's got like these 16 of these big old planes like this that he's been collecting over the years, over 25, 30 years. So yeah, he definitely wants video of all of them. And this is better than any, video you're going to get on the ground of your plane flying or whatever.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And I agree, like a 360 view mixed in with the FPV view in a video would be pretty interesting. Especially if you could get a view of the drone from the 360 and then like flip it back and forth. I think that might look pretty interesting. But yeah, this is just so much fun. This puts a huge smile on my face to do this stuff. It's really, really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to get one of those 360 cameras.
Yeah, I have to look. I have the little DJI Osmo Nano. That's what I recorded that first part with, and it's really easy to carry around and to film stuff in 4K and all that. And this is just my DJI FPV system does recording. It doesn't record audio, but it'll record, and this is just the FPV system recording. But what I see in the goggles, I see 720 resolution in the goggles, and it records in 4K. But it looks pretty similar in the goggles when I'm flying around. It makes it pretty easy to see. There's no glitter or static or anything like that. It's pretty crystal clear.
And the day is just beautiful, clear.
Yeah, and I haven't done anything to the video at all. No color grading or anything like that. This is just raw right out of the camera.
That's why DJI is #1 on all these drones.
They make some
cameras.
good stuff. Their stuff is good. Especially for this stuff.
Also, all these people that do YouTubers that are travel YouTubers, I think most of them use DJI cameras with gimbals and stuff.
Yeah, I have the DJI gimbal in the studio where I record on that, and I have it mounted to the ceiling, and it's upside down or whatever. And then from my iPad, I can like move it back and forth, and it'll follow me if I want to, and all of that. And that gimbal is really good as well.
But do you have the gimbal for the iPhone, or do you have the combination of camera, video?
So I have the DJI Ronin RS3, and then I have my Canon R5C is the camera that I use in the studio.
Which one do you have, the Canon?
Canon R5C.
R5. Okay. Yeah, I
did a
have
couple of
5 DSR.
I did a couple of training videos for work, and that was the fee, because that was not something that I would spend my money on. If you look at the price of it. Thanks, work.
I used to travel with my cameras, my Canon cameras and lens. I have like 6 different lenses, but it was like 30 some pounds that I had to travel with. I gave up on it. Now I only travel with my phone.
Yeah,
Phone,
for a studio setting, it's probably the better thing, but for like traveling and stuff, like the slightly better color that you're going to get from the raw footage or whatever is not worth the 50 pounds of stuff that you have to carry around.
Well, it depends where you're going.
Yeah, and it depends on what you're doing. Yeah. But
If
more
you're
and more,
taking-
the little action cameras and little DJI cameras and stuff are more than enough for the travel stuff. But for studio,
Yeah, but if you're going to Africa on a safari,
yeah,
you
that's
want the
true.
good camera with the good lens.
Yep.
To Africa, I took 2 cameras and about 4 lenses, and I had like almost 30 pounds. And I mean, some of the big lenses weigh quite a bit. But the difference is when you have a herd of animals running, you can take shots that just freezes the picture, and you see no blur at all. I was in South Africa. I was in Africa for about 17 days, and I think I took like 20,000 pictures, and I had to bring them down to like 700. It was so many pictures. When you have a herd of animals running in 30 seconds, you take 300 pictures.
Yes.
Like one.
And when I went to Kruger National Park, that happened to me. I took the first. We went there for 3 different days. So the first few hours you take like 30,000 pictures, then you realize that you don't need the 30,000 pictures. Just stop taking as many. Just start reducing because you keep seeing a lot of the same animals. It's like, well, you already have 30,000 pictures of antelopes. I don't need more.
Yeah. Well, that or the herds, when you see the older herds.
Yeah.
In Botswana, the herd, you see a herd of animals running. You can see 200 animals running in front of you. I saw in the valley. I saw like it must have been like 500 elephants. And that's when you take a lot of pictures.
Yep.
But it took me a long time to then delete, and it was a hard, it was. But I don't travel like that anymore. I mean,
neither do I. Well, very rarely. Depends where I'm going. I did when we went. That we were taking my son to see the Northern Lights and orcas in the wild in Norway. So I traveled with all the equipment, and it was worth it.
Yeah. I took them when I went to Iceland.
I did the same in Iceland.
Yeah, and I took a lot of pictures of the Northern Lights, videos also of the Northern Lights. Not quite the same as taking with them.
Yeah, huge difference it's in person versus media.
Exactly.
So, Len, can he do any tricks on those airplanes? Because it seems like he's just flying the pattern.
Yeah, he's just flying the pattern as we get kind of comfortable flying together. There's some other dudes that want to do some tricks and have me do it and everything. But yeah, he did that one upside down and then came around a minute ago.
I missed it. I didn't see it.
But yeah, right now he's trying not to crash his plane into my drone and vice versa.
Okay.
How long can he stay up there? One tank?
He can stay up on one tank about 10, 11 minutes.
What about battery life in your drone?
About 5 minutes.
Oh,
So you land, switch batteries, and go back?
No, so like the ones where I caught the landings, I just waited like 3 or 4 minutes for him to be flying, and then I jumped in the air and went and found him, and then chased him the rest of the way, and then till he landed or whatever, so I could catch the lander.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Once we get better at coordinating and calling out stuff, we'll do some more tricks and stuff.
Mhm.
And there's some other pilots there that want to do some
Yeah,
tricks.
you
And I
need to
think
see-
in August they're having like a dawn patrol with like warbird RC planes, and they want me to film it with the drone. And then they're doing a World War One RC plane show, and like a whole bunch of people from all over the country are supposed to come to this airfield for that, and they want me to film that one too. So I'll make
you
videos
need-
of that stuff.
That would be really cool. You need to sit down with this guy and brief the flight before, so
Mhm.
so you guys can have an agreement of what he's gonna do, so you can get closer to him.
Yeah, because this super sketch, if he just like turns to the right in some
Mhm.
places, like we're
Yeah.
done, you know?
Yeah, but have a briefing and a flight plan of what he's
Yeah.
gonna do, with which maneuvers he's gonna do when, and all that. That way you can get as close to him safely, obviously.
If they can figure out a way to put one of those GoPro Max 360 cameras on one of the planes, like mount a pole to the bottom of the plane to where it's out in front or out behind, or make a lightweight 3D printed mount that you could strap to the bottom of the fuselage that puts the camera
Here's
out
the
just
jet.
in front of the plane. Those 360 cameras will capture everything, and it will look like a real plane flying.
Yeah, I think that's what Gabe was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about dogfight? Having two of these planes doing those, like they were fighting, one chasing the other. That would be cool to see.
They do that
The-
at Flight Test or whatever every
Yeah.
year, and they have like hundreds of planes, and they just try to run into each other up there. It's
Well,
pretty
see.
awesome. And they make them out of like cardboard or whatever, and they're just like cheap little planes, but they go like hundreds of people up in the air at a time. It's pretty awesome, and they do similar things to that.
The issue with doing that here is that you're gonna have two airplane pilots and a drone pilot that never fly together, trying to avoid each other.
Sketch.
Yeah.
Right
It's-
now,
it's
that's
gonna
what
be-
we have. There's two airplane pilots and a drone pilot. It's sketch.
Yeah,
like that.
but they're trying. But you guys are staying away from each other. You're following one airplane. The other airplane is flying. Is not following you guys the same way. But if you guys were trying to do a dogfight, which at the end of the day, the dogfights that you see on TV, they're not really dogfights, because a dogfight is not that close.
All right, that's
least
all we
today's
have for
weaponry.
this week. What was that?
I said with today's weaponry, it's not that close. Back in the old days, in the World War II days, yeah,
Yes.
you got
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yes, but today's weaponry, you're not gonna shoot a missile unless you're half a
You're-
mile away
You're
from him.
dogfighting on a screen.
Yeah.
On a radar screen. That's
Yeah, it's
funny.
like when Top Gun Maverick came out, this ex-military pilots were saying that what you see on the screen is really airplanes flying information. If it was a real dogfight, they would never be that close.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd never see the other plane.
Yeah.
Well, but that's
Flying
beyond
on the
visual
screen.
range. That's different. But even if you're on a dogfight, you're not gonna be 100, 200 feet from each other.
No. No.
Unless you're Blue Angels in a formation, right?
Exactly.
But that's not cinematic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. You can't make a movie where the other airplane is half a mile away because it doesn't look dramatic.
Nobody's gonna
Anyway.
pay $100 to go see that.
Exactly.
Well, that looks like a lot of fun, Len. That looks
Yeah.
like a lot of fun.
Lot of fun. Lot of fun. All right, that's all we have for today. Thank you everybody
Hey,
for
guys.
watching. And hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see everybody next weekend.
Same to you.
Next
Take
one.
care.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.